Hi there. I am David Van Arsdale, Vice Chair of the Council on Aging, and I'd like to call this Finance Subcommittee of the Council to order. And I'd like to read the Governor's statement, which we're required to do. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the North Andover Council on Aging Subcommittee, Financial Subcommittee, will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties and/or requirements to attend this meeting can be found on the town's website, www.northandover.gov. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so on their televisions by tuning to Comcast Channel 8 or Verizon Channel 26 or online at www.northandover.org. No person in attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so despite best efforts, we will post on the town website an audio and video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive records of the proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. If the public would like to participate in public hearings, please email your questions prior to the meeting or during the meeting to Irene O'Brien at northandover.gov. The question and comment will be read during the meeting and responded to accordingly. And Kayla, I think we're going to have to mute you.
Hello?
Yeah, Kayla, can you put your machine on mute? We're getting lots of background noise. Okay, that's better.
Hello?
Okay, just to open this meeting, I've asked Maria to take over as we officially elect the chair of the Finance Subcommittee.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hi, I'm here.
Okay, Maria.
Okay. I would like to make a motion to select Dave Van Arsdale as chair of the Finance Committee. Are there any other nominations? There being none, may I have a vote to confirm? All those in agreement say yes.
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 Thank you, Maria.
Okay, I guess that's done.
I know
All
you
right.
did email communication earlier, but it's probably important that we make that formal.
Oh, of course, of course.
On the agenda, you see that I've reprinted the Finance Subcommittee highlight description.
What is all? I don't know what's going on.
Somebody's phone is ringing. Okay, they muted it.
It's not mine.
It says we have to have 2 or more members. We have met that requirement. We have to be aware of the budgeting process for the town Department of Elder Services activities of the committees, and to be mindful of current local considerations, to attend and support the director throughout the budget process, and to support the Friends of North Andover Senior Center and other resources which would assist the council in its mission. So that's just there for our information. But it does describe that we have a major responsibility as a Finance Subcommittee related to the financial needs of the Council on Aging. And that starts with some fundraising, but it also deals with the budget process, and we'll address both of those. When it comes to fundraising, it's now been almost 2 years since the council supported, along with the Friends, the Glenn Miller Orchestra event,
Yes.
which produced...
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Kayla, are you there?
I've tried to call myself in.
All right, so
Kayla?
Smiths.
I don't know.
Audio here.
How, have you gone out already?
No, I haven't. I was gonna try going in on my phone, but
Okay, Kayla's left now. Okay. It may be time to look at some future things. It's up to us what we begin to do, and I don't know if anybody's got any original ideas. Maria or Jack?
Hello?
Hello? Jack, do you have any ideas related to some fundraising that we might consider in conjunction with the Friends program?
Yeah.
What ideas do you have?
Hello?
Hello?
Hi,
Say
this
that-
is Carla. Hi, this is Carla. I'm just having some difficulties here getting in on my computer.
Okay,
they
now
might not-
this is hearing you, Carla.
This is Joe McCarthy. I've had difficulty too. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't get online with the computer, so I called in and tried again to get back online. So I'm online with the computer right now. And I did listen to what you had to say, Larry, about ways of getting additional money for senior center, and I have some ideas along that line too.
Okay. Throw them out.
Well, first of all, because of the virus, we can't have a function such as you noted, the new Glenn Miller Orchestra. And we earned a considerable amount of money for our senior center with that. So that leaves primarily a virtual appeal for money, such as, for example, we've done this in the past, but I'd like to be updated, such as attachments to town bills and so forth. Also, take into consideration too the timing of a shot for the virus, that is a vaccine. Pfizer says that they're going to have a vaccine ready. Well, it could be as early as the end of this month. And what I read that, and I've checked with a number of people in the medical field, that the seniors and the emergency response people, doctors, and so on and so forth, would be the first that would be eligible for it, and that should be by no later than January, and the general populace by no later than.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, and the general populace by no later than March. So I think this is fluid as far as what we can do to get additional money for our senior center. I think a lot will depend on when this vaccine is out for the virus. And they even say that if there is such a vaccine, that we may have to get a shot annually.
Hi, I'm sorry. I had to cut out. I got a call from Dr. Gojan, and I had to take it. But I'm back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm back.
Okay, so what I'd like to know is, first of all, and we have discussed this in the past, a year or two ago, what are we doing from, I guess for lack of a better word, a virtual perspective? Because that's the only or the major recourse that we have right now to get money for our senior center. What are we doing? Are we still adding attachments to the water bill, the sewer bill, the taxes on automobiles, the real estate taxes? I know we've done that in the past, but I'd like to be updated. Is there anyone online that can update us on that right now?
I cannot.
I don't know.
Kayla, do you have any input to that?
Because again, that's the only way we can get money right now, virtually, online. We can't have any functions.
Yeah.
I think we need to do some investigation related to
We
that.
We do.
Maybe we should start a GoFundMe page, like everybody else does.
But I'll do some investigation on it, and we can join together at a future meeting.
Yeah, we need it. I'm sorry. I hate to keep butting in on this, but I think we need a visual meeting. Period. You come into my house if you want. We can separate.
Yeah, I offered
Well,
that too.
our Board of Selectmen, well, I have been told that they've had at least 2 meetings at the senior center, at least two
Yeah.
board meetings. And,
Yeah.
and I was going to have this past month a Board of Health meeting at the senior center, but at that time, well, I'm going back several weeks ago, there's a major uptick in the cases of the virus. And the director of the Department of Health and me, we decided to hold off on that and have a virtual meeting instead. But boy, as soon as we can have a meeting, a live meeting in town hall,
Yeah.
that would be a good idea.
That would be it.
Yeah, and everyone kept their social distance, I was told. Everyone wore their mask even when they were speaking, and it can be done. But I don't know if it can be done right now because of this uptick.
Yeah,
And
when I
as many of us,
investigated for the, when we were putting this meeting together, I was told we could not do it with the uptick in numbers.
yeah, I'm not surprised. And this coming Friday, the governor's coming up with even more draconian regulations to
Oh,
address
boy.
this virus, and I
Well,
can
the
talk about
numbers
that
are not
now
going
or the next meeting.
Yeah, the numbers are not going down, even in North Andover.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, with Merrimack College, they're going higher and higher and higher.
well, the previous one uptick had very little to do with Merrimack. It had more to do with the high school
Oh.
and kids.
Ooh, that's right, the skating, yeah. Hockey, yeah.
Anyway, one of the other questions related to fundraising is, what are the exact needs, or are there any specific needs related to the Council on Aging? And as we look forward to the new building, the first thing I would raise is, whenever you do building construction, there's always something that you needed that you didn't plan on. And we looking ahead to see if there are things that particular equipment or other things that didn't get included in the building budget.
And speaking of the new senior center, there still is an issue acquiring that final parcel of land. And until that is resolved, unless I'm mistaken, and I hope I'm not, it could be on hold right now.
Right. And, hopefully by January, February, we'll know much more about that.
Jim, come down here.
So getting back to collecting money, we need someone in our town that can tell us, what are we doing at this particular time as far as attachments to the bills and so forth? Because again, the only way I see collecting money is virtually no events right now until after we have a vaccine for the pandemic virus.
So you'll have to start paying.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we can also begin to daydream, assuming we're post-COVID at that point, about what we would do. Because whatever we do is going to take months to put in place anyway. So if we
sure.
daydream instead, I don't know who came up with the idea of the Glenn Miller Orchestra, but it obviously proved to be a good idea.
That was Joe Sergi, and with help and
Joe,
assistance from Irene Bryan and other people.
Are there other ideas like that out there?
There was even some thought of doing something like that again this coming year, but whoa, don't know.
Well, with this pandemic, you can't make plans, and people aren't gonna,
Exactly.
we can't at this point. I mean, my personal.
No, I'm not talking about making any definite plans as much as doing some daydreaming on what alternative ideas might be out there. Okay.
Well, money has come in from the solicitations, such as through the Friends. I know a typical donation. I don't know if the average donation has been like $25 a year, and so we need the Friends to join us at this meeting too, to tell us what they are doing at that meeting. We need members from the Department of Elderly Services, a number of them, to tell us what is happening right now. There is information out there that is available, but we don't know. So let's find out what we're doing right now, and then we can take it from there. And by the way, speaking of gathering, with this new regulation, The governor is talking about no more than 25 people indoors. So that leaves out like a new Glenn Miller orchestra performance.
Oh, yeah, that cancels out everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we can't do anything.
and uh, so it's a mess right now. It's really a mess.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
Well,
businesses are closing at 9:30 and so forth. That is restaurants.
yeah, the governor's going to come down even harder because he's trying to stop the increase. And we're all going to have to live with that for several months.
Well,
What?
excuse me, Maria. May I interrupt? Isn't it the Friends that are really supposed to be the money people of the Council on Aging or the council? Shouldn't they be involved with this
Right.
fundraising info and stuff?
And
Absolutely.
before I would go to them, I would get input from you all, but and it's, again, without face-to-face meetings, it's difficult, but I will promise you I will catch up with the Friends and get some input from them and
Please.
include them in a future meeting.
Okay, okay, that's very key. I didn't, I've been on the board of the council for many years, and it was very rare that the board would fundraise, and then all of a sudden we get the Friends, and that's what they're supposed to do. Now all of a sudden it's back to the board.
No,
So
I
what can I
didn't
say?
discount. I'm just brainstorming.
No, oh, please. I'm so happy that you're there as our chair, and I'm sure you're going to be doing something about it. I am so sure.
Okay, let me ask
Thank
the
you.
question that's on our agenda. What do we know about the budgeting process concerning the Council on Aging? Kayla?
When you say budgeting process, you're talking about the uh, annual budget that we have for the Department of
That's
Elder Services?
'Cause
Well,
if you-
I mean, I know a little bit about it. Basically, it has been pretty stable over the years. There's been a minor increase every year,
Yeah.
maybe several percent. It's less than $300,000, and it's for 5 full-time employees plus the support of the senior center. So that's not much money. Two of the lowest and smallest budgets in our town of Department of Elderly Services and Department of Health.
what is the
They
calendar?
don't change much. They don't change much at all every year.
What's the calendar timeline for the budgeting process? And
You would have, obviously, you'd have to get that from, I don't know if Irene is at this meeting
Irene.
right now. You would have to get that
Irene
from
is
her.
off today.
Yeah, you would have to get that from her, but it's a fiscal budget, which means that it renews every July the 1st. So it's before that time. So logic says to me that it'll be sometime either late winter or early spring, just prior to the approval of the budget. So Irene will prepare it. It will be reviewed with a number of other people. It'll go all the ways up to the town manager. And at that point in time, I know that the selectmen are involved and there'll be approval. But it hasn't changed much over the years at all.
I'm just reviewing it because under the bylaws, it says we should be knowledgeable of the budget process.
Right. Right.
So what you're saying is we all need to be educated about that, and hopefully Irene can help us with that. And maybe
Oh, of course.
you from the town manager's office to review that with us too.
Well, there was a couple of years that we had to practically beg for a budget. I remember sitting in those meetings, but thank heaven that has gone in the past. That's behind us. So now we seem to be okay. They haven't rejected anything that Irene has put through the past few years. So that's as far as I know about the budget. If that helps, it doesn't help. But
Yeah,
anyway.
but like we mentioned, help and assistance getting more money with and through the Friends. They have helped us, for example, new refrigeration system in the senior center.
Right.
And I just don't know, again, as so many other people, because we're in the midst of a pandemic, with the other sources of help and assistance to get additional money in our town. So that makes this meeting, and I'm delighted that you're having it, Larry, that makes this meeting that much more important. And what it shows me is that we just don't have that understanding, and we will get it.
We've
We
got
will get
work to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'll make sure that the next time we meet, we'll have some things possibly in writing, but also some knowledgeable people that can consult with us, whether it's Steve from the town manager's office or me or one of the selectmen even.
Right.
Is there anything specific we should report back related to the finance subcommittee to the full council? Other than the fact we've met, we've begun to understand our job.
Yeah.
I'm not hearing anything, so I assume that's it.
I think we've covered what we should be covering right now. There's not much we can do.
We've got work to do in the future.
Yeah, right now, right. Right now, I should say we have not much to do, but in the future, we have a lot of work to do with this new center coming up, et cetera, et cetera. Yes.
Jack, any final words?
Did we lose Jack?
I'm here.
Oh, you are, Jack.
Any final words there?
I have trouble hearing, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Any final words that we should share?
Any what?
Any final comments for our subcommittee meeting?
No, not really. I got to digest. I got to talk to Larry about it.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
Marie, any final comments?
No, I think I said enough. Thank you. We're fine.
No, I didn't
I'm
really
fine.
think we were going to make any decisions, and that's actually why I wondered why we were going to have to go through NORCAM for this meeting, but I was told we had to make it public.
Yeah.
Even the subcommittee.
That's the thing, yeah. I don't know.
I'll write up something to report back to the full council and pass it along to all of you. And I think it's probably appropriate we have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn and see you next Tuesday.
I second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay.
Thank you for joining us. The motion to adjourn is approved.